name's Cathryn Summerhayes and I'm a literary agent. I originally trained to be an opera singer, hated it, went to university, studied drama and English, thought I wanted to work in drama, came to London to find my fortune and ended up working as a temp at a PR agency who happened to be involved with books, and I suddenly had this sort of light bulb moment when I realised that's what I wanted to do. I think if it's a really structured programme, and certainly major agencies should have them, and I know we do, they can be a really, really good thing. And you know, you hear of people going from intern to mailroom to assistant to, you know, agent to major Hollywood star. You've got to get good grounding in the business, and an internship nowadays is more essential than A-levels, I think. I think the problem is we still specify whenever we're hiring an assistant or even an intern that they have to be educated to university degree level. I wonder whether that's going to change, and certainly we've seen a lot of younger kind of entrepreneurs, TV stars and everything who've clearly done it in a totally different way, the Alan Sugar model, I guess. We are still obsessed with qualifications, and I wonder whether that's the right thing to be. You absolutely have to know the core business. And the core business is not necessarily something that's all that interesting. You know, you have to know your way around a publishing contract. So you need to know about law. You need to know about finance. You need to know weird things that you wouldn't think. You'd imagine that it was all about buy, sell, buy, sell. I've read this, it's great, I'm selling it for £1 million. That's complete nonsense. If you don't have a root, you know, grounding in the core business, then you're kind of screwed. Absolutely know your taste. In the beginning, I took on a number of authors who I've now kind of desperately tried to let go of, but I'm stuck with, and they're all panicking that it's them now. You absolutely have to lay down in a short, sharp sentence what it is you're looking for. Otherwise, you just end up dipping into different genres, different types of books, and not really having a core understanding. Read. You absolutely have to know what's out there, why things have worked, why the Da Vinci Code was a badly written book that was such a major bestseller, why J.K. Rowling worked when so many books about wizards haven't. You absolutely have to understand the content of those books and why people are going to buy them, and you know, they're going to make you a lot of money. Contacts. It's all about contacts. Spend, you know, every day in the beginning having breakfast, tea, lunch, dinner, phone calls, going to every party. Fill that little black book. They're not always going to know who the hell you are when you call them up a year later and say, we met at X's party in the summer. But, you know, the fact that you've got their phone number, the fact that you've got their address, you're halfway there to making a relationship with them. I think you've got to just have a USP, whatever that is, whether it's that you know the Queen Mum, or you used to be a juggler, or I always used to get interviews for jobs because I used to appear on game shows as a contestant when I was in university to earn money. That made me far more interesting than a person who'd worked in a bar or worked in a supermarket. So just have that one line, you know, and it shouldn't be, oh, my mother's famous, or, you know, I've got an in because I know X. It should definitely be something unique about yourself that nobody would know from looking at you, or nobody would know until they read your CV. Oh God, yeah. And I mean, my job is all about chatting people up, chatting up authors I want to represent, and chatting up publishers I want to buy my book. So you have to have really good banter. You have to know what's going to tick their boxes and, you know, make them come over all giggly. So I would say exactly the same. I wouldn't go overly flirty. I wouldn't overdo it with the, I don't know, gel or lipstick if you're going for an internship interview, but certainly know the person you're talking to and make them feel like you're slightly in love with them. That especially works well for agents, because we're egomaniacs. Persistence for starters. But I was also late coming to the decision about what I wanted to do with my life, and I was one of those people in school doing my A-levels thinking, what on earth am I going to do, and trying to copy what other people were saying. When I finally found the magic, I just never wanted to lose it, and I think that's always been for me the thing. Just, I absolutely am 100% committed to my job and passionate about it, and if you're not, doing a job like this is incredibly hard because it's incredibly difficult in the current climate, it's incredibly time consuming, so you have to have that absolute passion. You can't enter into this kind of field without being married to it 24/7.